How are you everyone? Welcome to The Happy Mindset. The reason for this channel is to help other people who are going through anxiety and depression like myself. I've had depression now for around 3-4 years, and like everyone else, my depression hit due to COVID and lockdown. I just want to go through a little bit about my journey and the reason for this video. I'm on Sertraline, so I'll go through all the side effects and if they have changed my life. They made it better or worse. So my journey in depression started through COVID. I was running a business. I'm a wedding videographer. I started my business just before COVID hit. It was going very well. I was getting customers coming in, inquiring about dates for the next year, this year, you know, when I was opening the business up. I was extremely happy that these clients were coming in and loved what I did, and they started booking. I had around about, start with 8 to 10 weddings, and as a starting business, that was really great for me. And then suddenly COVID hit, and we heard about COVID overseas, and we didn't think much about it. And the next minute, it was everywhere, and lockdown started. Businesses were starting to close because we couldn't mingle with other people, the fear of catching this virus. And then they advertised it on TV saying that weddings couldn't be taking place. So, of course, at that point, hearing it, Boris Johnson saying that weddings are not allowed to go ahead because the pandemic is that bad. I'm questioning COVID myself at the moment, as many other people are. But this channel's not about that. And on hearing that news, it devastated me because the clients that booked had to unbook. Rightfully so, because they were impacted by their jobs and wedding ceremonies, you know, venues. They had to close down themselves, so they had to give money back. Loads of people lost absolutely billions across the world, you know. And artists like myself, we couldn't go out, you know, lockdown hit, and we're saying don't go out, you're not allowed to go out, you're not allowed to mingle. If you do go out and mingle, you'll be fined. I remember being in my flat, crying my eyes out because I had no clue what to do. I'm a very creative person, and without being able to go out and film and do stuff, take photographs, you know, and do things, it was just impacted me. My anxiety started hitting there. Negative thoughts were coming in all the time. Because I'm a huge thinker. I'm a massive creative thinker, sorry. That's what I should have said. And without that creative side, my mind just had all this negativity flowing through. All I could do was really watch TV, read books, and look online for on lighting, you know, doing photography lighting and things like that. But being able to actually practice that, you know, in theory it was great, but practice it in practical side, going out. I wanted to do model photography, I couldn't do that. And I remember someone saying about, oh, you know, if you go into Manchester where I live, you get arrested. So I remember I was so desperate one day, I rang the police and I said, look, I feel so isolated here. If I go into Manchester on my own with my camera, and I remember that today, if you go into Manchester, you'll be arrested straight away. And I was like, whoa, okay. And that, listening to that, I felt like a criminal. And coming off the phone, I thought, wow, okay. And I just couldn't sit in. I walked into Manchester. It took me about an hour. I went with my camera. The city was isolated. Every shop window closed due to COVID. It was horrible. At the same time, it was quite nice and quiet. But after about a few hours, it was horrible not seeing people. Then I saw these police officers. I walked past them. They went, oh yeah. And they just didn't care. So being on this phone to this police officer, no, you'd be arrested, made my head really thinking, oh my God, what am I doing? I'd be arrested for going out. But the police didn't care. And most people didn't care. They just wanted to get out. You had to get out. And I just thought, what are they going to do? Arrest us all? Anyway, moving forward, this was going on for months and months and months. I went out for a few walks, but without actually being able to practice what I loved most and get paid for what I did, I ended up becoming so negative in myself. I ended up sleeping in all day and watching TV, reading books on, practical things, not being able to do much. My mind became very negative. Negative thoughts came in. And then I had an issue where COVID was starting to be lifted. And then I had a family member who kind of came in for wanted help with a video, and I did it, and they became very abusive. That I had to call the police, and basically, I won't go further into it, but that really impacted. That person was very verbally abusive. I don't speak to them anymore, don't have any clue, I don't want to know them anymore, no interest in them whatsoever anymore. I won't go into it, but that impacted my life. And really, my mind was going in a horrific place. I had COVID, then I had a family issue. That family issue that really did impact me, and it felt like I was being buried, and this weight of the mud on me was so much. I went through counselling. I had business advisors who said, "Look, have you thought about antidepressants?" And I was like, "No, don't want to take tablets. No." I had a friend saying, "Look, Liam, it's no more than taking a pill for a headache," and I refused it for a long time until my mind was too much. It was. I was crying. I was very stressed out with getting no work in. And the thing with COVID, my motivation just went literally. So as soon as COVID lifted, everyone thinks that because COVID is gone, it hasn't. The impact is still there. It's actually done more damage than it ever has done, especially running a business. I know that, and a load of other people, especially in the creative world, know exactly the same thing. So I eventually went to see the doctor. I talked about how COVID has affected me, how the situation with the family member has affected me, and they said, "I'd advise you to go on Sertraline. Try it, see what it's like. It's just Liam, it's like a crutch." And the doctor was very helpful, very supportive, very friendly, asked every question how I felt. And I felt like crying on the phone. He goes, "Liam, don't worry about it. Everyone's going through a lot of issues. You're going through this is a crutch, and I tell you what, it did work." And I'm going to talk about Sertraline on the second video, and how it affected me and how it's done great things. But this video is about how to battle situations. For example, being on Sertraline, I'll go into this a little bit. I didn't think it worked. I'll talk about side effects in a different video of Sertraline, but it has done wonders for myself. I wasn't sure if it was working to a few friends when I was not motivated whatsoever. I had no interest in doing anything. Well, I had interest in, but I just couldn't get the energy. And then friends were saying, "Wow, you are posting a lot on YouTube." I posted a video on YouTube and it got thousands of views, and you're posting all the time, you're going out more and doing things, and things like that. I said I was going to take driving lessons. I've been going on for years about it. Suddenly I booked driving lessons and I was taking driving lessons. Sertraline started working for myself. So, but there was hurdles there that I passed because I thought to myself, I don't want to go through this. I'm not going to go through this. All these negative thoughts that are going through my head. I lost my mum and dad years back. I lost my mum to depression. I lost my dad to bowel cancer. Other things, affected me when I was a child or going through college. And every time something bad happened, that felt like a comet hit me, and the weight on my shoulders. And I felt every time I looked past and I went, I got through it. I got through it every time. And even through that cloudiness of whatever you want to call it, gremlins in your head, knocking on here, knocking in there, I got through it all, and I did it myself. Even though I had counselling and bits and pieces, a lot of other people says you are going through stressful situations, but I've never seen anyone. Well, I've seen people before. Sorry, I've never seen anyone get up as many times as you have. Because I kind of this little voice in the background going, "I'm not having this anymore. Why do I want this anymore?" And the things that in my life I I don't allow them in my life anymore. I just push them out. There's obstacles in my life. Yes, they do impact me negatively, but then I'm thinking it's an obstacle. What is an obstacle? An obstacle is that you find a way to get around it and then move forward. I kind of start learning about the obstacles. What are they there for? Are they there as a learning curve to make me become a stronger person? And certain things have made me become a stronger person. You know, friends in the past who weren't friends ended up being, you know, not so much great friends, and family members who in a very similar situation. What I learned was I never thought that I had a voice to say no, and until those situations happened, and when I started doing it more and more and more, it was more of a case of you're crossing boundaries here, don't. And it was using the voice that I never thought I had, but I had, and it was there all along. And it's the journey of these negativity, boundaries and situations that I've gone through, and I'm going through a lot more now at the moment as well. And this video is to talk about situations, how you can get out of it, that you're not alone. You know, depression and anxiety and stress, everybody gets them. The whole world gets them at one point. Nobody is resilient to them. People can, you know, become stronger, like going to the gym and building yourselves up to become more resilient to negative thoughts, but we can traverse around them. We can go around the obstacles. We can become stronger people, and this is what these videos are about. This is what this channel is about. It's here to support other people and talk about the journeys that I've had, and also talk about Sertraline, which is the next video I'm going to talk about. But I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you join me on this journey and this channel. If you like and subscribe, it does really help the channel. It'll also let you know when there's a new video to be watched. And yeah, I just want to do these videos because I think it helps me get my voice out there and also help other people. So thank you very much for watching this video, and take care and look after yourselves.